Welcome to Gear Check Games. This is part 2 of our commentary for Eco. Wow, that's a short title. Last time we started the adventure, we took control of this young boy, Eco, who was... oh shit, Yorda!
Well, Dad runs over.
Yeah.
That just, destroyed her arm. Not even just from it getting yanked out, just, there's rocks sticking out, and, that definitely would have snapped her arm.
It's okay, she just clipped through it.
Yeah.
So yeah, anywho, in the last episode we were imprisoned in this castle, but luckily we managed to escape, and we met up with this mysterious girl, Yorda, who seems to be able to fire electricity at these statues. So.
I'm sorry, did you say Yoda?
Yoda. Yes, I did.
I mean, this game would be a lot easier if she was just, riding on your back.
Yeah. Remember, Eco, anger, fear, aggression, all lead to the dark side.
Even though she's way taller than Eco, he's just using her like a backpack.
God. She's training him with a 2x4 instead of a lightsaber.
Yeah. Fight the dark side, you must.
Speaking of, that's actually one of my favorite design dynamics, where the really headstrong, really competent character is just small, and the character that's not as more shy and not really as good at stuff is really tall and big.
I love that dynamic.
Well, I think not to get too spoilery, but I think Yorda is supposed to be some kind of princess. Or it's implied that she's, royalty, and, given the somewhat fantasy medieval setting of this game, I can't imagine she does a whole lot of physical labor or activity.
Yeah. Is she, the opposite of Rapunzel because she's, she has short hair, and instead of being locked in a tower, she's, in a dungeon.
Quick, grab one of the birds and fly out of here.
No, Dan, baby steps. We weren't at Shadow of the Colossus yet. God, I love the lighting on that staircase coming in through the window.
That's good.
That was another thing that made this game's visuals impressive at the time, was a lot of the lighting effects they had going on, particularly the use of bloom to make objects kind of glow, wasn't something that you would commonly see in games at the time, and Eco was one of the early examples of that, so...
Honestly, sometimes it's hard to remember that this is a PS2 game. The game still looks good.
Yeah, we're playing the PS3 version, just because that was the easiest one for me to record. Yeah. And to even do that, I had to order a splitter that would allow me to bypass the PS3's HDCP. So if you ever wanted to record PS3 footage, good luck with that.
You just have to order a $5 splitter dongle. It's easy.
It was come on, man. It was $15.
Ooh.
So we got to get this gate open, and I can't seem to remember where the switch is. They actually...
Maybe it's in one of the rooms.
Well, funnily enough, I was doing some research earlier today. So the Eco and Shadow of the Colossus PS3 collection that I'm playing this off of, the version of Eco and Shadow of the Colossus on this collection are based on the Japan/European versions, which were actually released after the North American version and feature some small revisions. Most of it, I think, there's cosmetic stuff, but most of it is small alterations to the puzzles. And the reason I was a little turned around in there is because in the PS2 version of this game, the Switch is where the couch is, roughly. But they moved it and added in another save point. What's happening there with the camera is if you push R1, it automatically focuses the camera on where Yorda is, which is important because you don't want these shadow guys running off with her.
Press X to Yorda.
Yeah. If you get knocked down, just mash the X button to get back up a little more quickly.
Sweet.
Yeah. This is a weird game because you don't you don't have any health or anything. So getting hit just means you're incapacitated for a bit while they grab Yorda and carry her over to the...
Yeah, to my knowledge, the only real fail states in this game, outside of a few specific instances, are when the bad guys grab Yorda, they'll try to like drag her into those dark pits, and if you take too long to pull her out, if you take too long to pull her out, the game ends and you have to restart the room you were in. Either that or restart from the last save point. I'm not entirely
sure. Can she not climb the chain?
No. Hey man, can you climb a chain?
Yeah,
I can.
None of this could do any. Well, I guess maybe he could get.
When I was in grade school, I broke the school record for how long I could hold onto a rope in gym class. It was like 11 or 12 minutes.
Oh, Dan, tell us about your other amazing feats.
I couldn't feel my arms afterward.
And to this day, my circulation still has not returned.
We were like going around doing little like challenges to like do this many, see how many pull-ups you can do, see how do much this and that. And when I got to the how long can you hold onto the rope, I just stayed there.
This is my game.
There was like,
I'm not losing this one.
There was like we were supposed to move to the next stage, and then people came to the rope area, and they were just like, they didn't even like care that I was still on it. They were just impressed, like they were just watching me. Because I'm like, I'm not letting go of this. I'm breaking that record.
Yeah, school nurse just comes up and she's like, should he be doing that? It's fine. It's awesome.
I was there for like all of gym class.
I mean, that's one way to get out of gym class.
Yeah. So these shadow creatures, you know, they're trying to like stop you from. You kind of have to stop and fight them most of the time because they'll grab Yorda, and I guess you could like try to get through the room with all of them hounding you, and believe me, I do try that a couple of times, but ultimately every time I just find it's better to just take them all out and
does she
worry
not
about the puzzle later.
Fight them? Like, use your little arms.
Because she doesn't have a great big stick to hit them with.
Yeah.
I guess if you found another stick, maybe she could start fighting them, but...
Oh, does she never? Do you never lose the stick?
No, you do.
The stick is one with the boy now.
Yeah.
It's like grafted onto his arm.
Like Ash from the Evil Dead.
It's the master stick.
This is
literally the origin story of the Master Torch from Breath of the Wild.
Oh my god.
Yes, the Master Torch. Oh, good god. So that little balcony right ahead, there was, if you're wondering why that's there, in the original the North American version, I shouldn't say original because this was a Japanese developed game, but there was a couch there, but they moved it. I'm not sure what was going on with Yorda. Yorda?
She's scared.
See, I got faked out here because, like, wait, she's going back up the stairs. Did I miss something?
Wait, hold on. How does he know her name?
Lucky guess.
Because he yells Yorda.
It's like Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid. He was just shooting in the dark, and he happened to be right.
I mean, what if her name actually isn't Yorda, and he just like kind of gave her that name? It's like, I'm gonna call you Yorda. You seem like a Yorda
actually,
to me.
That's not Yorda. It is.
Yeah, it's like, what's your name? Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna call you Yorda. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's go, Yorda.
Yeah.
She's like, I guess this is my life now.
Yeah.
She's got like a big ol' like convenience store worker name tag that says Yorda. Hi, I'm Yorda.
Just made out of like a rock.
She's just like dead inside.
It says hi, I'm Yorda, but it's all in spiders.
She's like, hello, my name is Yorda, and the shadow creatures are like, we know.
So wait, is this now a Donkey Kong Country game?
Yes, every great game must have a minecart level.
Dude.
Oh no,
get out
Yorda, get
out! Game
No
over.
minecart carnage today, thankfully.
Wasted.
Had to stop and process that for a moment.
That was great.
Yeah, I don't know what she was thinking, but it's a good thing she's made of Nintendium. Or PlayStation,
Oh look, a couch.
That doesn't work so good.
Hey, you ran off this way. What are you doing? Wait, you already get up.
What's that noise? Turns around and Eco's just barreling towards her.
She's so sheltered
Get
she
off
doesn't know
the track!
She's so sheltered she doesn't know what a trolley is.
Oh. By the way, that was an edit. The save points don't go that fast.
Yeah. But you skipped the music. Why would
also,
you?
Also, this is a ginormous room. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure they masked some loading with the minecart, but, like, you can see this... You can see this area that we're in right now from that balcony we climbed up to.
Yeah.
So, great bit of visual continuity here. Like, it's not something you really pick up on the first time you play the game, but there are a lot of points where you can see, like, other areas of the castle that are inaccessible from where you are, but, like, everything stays, you know, at least somewhat consistent, and I think that kind of helps the believability of this world.
This gives me a very, I know we've talked about it before, but a God of War 1 vibe.
Oh, yeah.
With, like, the scale of Pandora's Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get to walk all over that thing.
Well, yeah, I think God of War, and I know for a fact that this both took inspiration from from Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Not like the 3D one, but the 2D
ones.
cinematic platform games.
Yeah.
In fact, to quote Matthew Matosis here, to use his terminology, he refers to Eco as a 3D cinematic platformer, and I feel like that's a pretty apt way to describe the kind of gameplay here, because it's, you know, it's platforming, it's like scaling these big walls and scaffolds and, you know, whatever else, but it's all done in a very, you know, for a video game, a very grounded and kind of measured way. You know, there's not a whole lot of, like, yippies or wahoos going on in this game, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, honestly, the lack of dialogue is what, like, is kind of, like...
God damn it.
It's not jarring, but it's like...
It's Eco, the special edition.
I don't want to use the word atmospheric, but it's almost like the lack of it.
It's okay, Nick isn't here.
It's okay to use atmospheric, Nick isn't
here. The coast is clear.
I'll take my game journalologist hat off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is definitely a game that, like, sucks you into its world.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about it is...
Just like the shadow creatures suck Yorda out of the world.
Yeah. Don't let that happen, kids. But one of my favorite little aesthetic touches that you almost don't even realize... there's no heads-up display in this game.
Yeah,
like ever. Except for saving, really, which is, you know, kind of a necessary evil. Apart from that, there's no point where you're given a button prompt in this game. It's all just kind of, you know, you're just kind of presented with, like, in order to pass this area, you must learn how to do this action.
Was autosaving not a thing when this game was made?
You know, I'm not sure.
Because, like, they honestly could have just done, like, autosaving to completely remove any, like, any, like, video gamey stuff from the visuals or whatever.
That's true.
So, are you physically pressing the button to call her over?
Yeah, I'm keeping, R1 is basically your Yorda button, so press R1 to Yorda, not X.
Press Y to Yorda.
If you stand by the ledge like that with R1 held, you'll just kind of, you know, extend your hand for her to jump and grab onto, you know, which is necessary to get her across some of the wider gaps in the game.
I like this place is, like, besides the shadow creatures and you guys, like, it feels deserted or, like, bombed out or something. Like, something bad happened here.
Yeah, like, you know, you really get a sense of the decay that's going on here. This is a place that's kind of seen better days.
Yeah.
And that is kind of sort of a prevalent theme with, you know, one of the characters that hasn't been introduced yet, but, you know, just might be towards the end of this.
There's another character?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it or not, there's more than 2 characters in this game.
It's Dark Eco, your arch rival.
Dark. Oh God.
Proto Eco.
Dark Eco.
You just reminded me. I was thinking about this earlier. So this game, you're supposed to be like escorting / saving a princess, and you're fighting shadow creatures. Is this a Kingdom Hearts game?
No, because this game is good.
Oof.
Disclaimer: I like Kingdom Hearts. I just like to take the piss out of it.
And one day we'll play one
That's
of those.
what the Kingdom Hearts fans are gonna do to you, Joe.
It's okay. They'll never find me.
They're
I left no trace.
They're gonna descend from their floating stained glass platforms. And
They're gonna take a deep dive into my house.
they're all gonna fall headfirst from the sky into your house.
There's a brigade of people out there that anytime somebody speaks bad about Kingdom Hearts, they're like an anime SWAT team. They break into your house, like stuff your face with Pocky and just like shame you.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's people like that for most fan bases.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I've never heard anyone. You know what? To bring it back, I've never heard any. I've never in my life met an insufferable fan of Team Eco games. So
I have, but I'm not gonna name any names.
apart from myself.
Wait, how did that not light? What?
Because I'm pushing the wrong button. You have to push circle to light it. I'm pushing square to swing the torch.
You can't just whack everything.
You cannot fix all of your problems by whacking them with a stick.
I thought you were going to say whacking them with a song. And I was like, that too.
Yeah. Yeah, we need the Disney musical adaptation of Eco.
See, I was half expecting the camera to pan up, and then Yorda's just kind of absentmindedly walking along the bridge, like, I wonder where he went. And then it just explodes and drops.
Eco, we'll get you a new Yorda. Yeah, I don't. Your guess is as good as mine as to what he's saying. Unless he's just enunciating Yorda really weirdly.
I like that some of the shadow creatures are birds, but some aren't.
Yeah, it sometimes it's kind of unclear like what they can do unless you see them flying.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while she'll get grabbed by one. Yeah. But to put a pin in that, in a room like this where you have a clean shot to the idols blocking the door, you want to take Yorda right there instead of fighting the monsters because she can basically like screen nuke the room if she gets to the goal.
Yorda is the win condition.
You know, to put it in the most video gamey way possible.
Yeah. That makes sense.
This is another one of those rooms.
I mean, she's literally shooting light out of herself, so that kind of makes sense that we would banish these creatures.
Right.
But I must say, I love the unfocused design of the shadow creatures. Like, you can't really look at them. Like, you can't look at them because they're, like, shaky. And, like, the only thing that you can really see is their eye. But even then, it's got some, like, what do they call that? Not bloom, but, like, tearing or something?
Yeah, this kind of warbly effect. They're almost kind of Miyazaki-esque. Like, they don't really hold a single form. They kind of, like, fluctuate between different characteristics. Well, that was a short game.
Yep.
Who knew it would be as easy as walking out and falling to our death because there's no bridge on the other side.
Is this a walking simulator? Is this the first walking simulator?
Oh, God. No!
Eco's little legs can't do it. He's not fast enough. Not the orb!
Not the black bull. So yeah, this is our villain for the hour, known only as the Queen.
It's the shape-shifting King of Darkness.
Yes. Do you know who this girl is? She's no daughter of Aku.
Oh my god. Samurai Eco.
See, I want to do the voice, but I can never think of anything funny to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've disgraced the great
It's Iko
Mako.
and Aku.
Iko and Akko.
No.
So yeah, pay attention to the Queen's design here because, her head and shoulders kind of look like Yorda, but the rest of her has kind of like been consumed by shadow, and like her face is like almost all that's left. That's going to be important later. To ham-fistedly foreshadow things.
Yorda's like the exact opposite of her. I like that.
Yeah.
She's like, I won't be around that crazy lady.
Yeah, I guess this apple did fall far from the tree. So she put her in a cage. Nice.
I wonder if you play on is there like a harder difficulty mode?
There's not a hard mode, but there is a new game plus mode that changes a couple of things.
Okay.
We can talk about that a little more in a future episode.
Okay, because I was wondering, if you played on that mode, does it change the scribbly dialogue to be understandable?
It does, actually, yeah.
Oh.
If you play through on New Game Plus, and this wasn't in the original North American release, but...
God, I love Iko just chilling on the couch, like, waving his hand, like, hey,
right here.
come on, let's just sit down.
It's relax time.
Are you just, like lapsing into Mario... this game just randomly.
He really wants to play Wario.
I've been
That's what he's trying to
infected.
tell us.
I made the Nintendo joke at the beginning, and it's all gone downhill from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe we can save it in episode 3. See you then.
Bye.